What's going on, Jerome's? We're back doing another 7-round Minnesota Vikings mock draft. Now, we're introducing several scenarios into what could potentially go down on draft day. And we talked about that Phillip Rivers retiring potentially opens up a great opportunity for the Vikings because they're perched at 14, right ahead of the Patriots at 15. Patriots obviously going to be in on quarterback in all likelihood. And then you have the Colts at 21, potentially would trade up, and the Vikings potentially could profit pretty nicely. And we've talked about how 14 is an awkward spot for the Vikings because there's going to be a lot of really talented players at positions of need and maybe even some straight up BPAs that the Vikings would be interested in. But the Vikings not having a second round pick certainly complicates the calculus of who they take at 14. So I think trade down is going to be a great option for the Vikings here. And we're going to explore that. So now the Vikings, we didn't get the Colts, but we ran a simulation and we have the Steelers, which also makes sense with Big Ben probably retiring. But the Steelers are at 24. Here's what they offered. So at 14, they offered, let's see. No, well, their initial offer was a 1, 2, and a 7, but I think we can do better than that. So 14, and then 1, 2, 3. So 24, 56, 87, as well as, since they're probably not going to accept it without the fourth rounder, maybe can we get by with just throwing in a fifth? All right, let's see. Staying on the line. Kevin Colbert, holler at me. All right, so now the Vikings got that trade through. So they move down, how many spots? 10 spots, and they pick up, they still have a first round pick of 24. They pick up a second and third rounder, and then they part ways with their fifth. So they still have a 1, a 2, 3 threes, and now 4 fours. It's great. I kind of like it. But, yeah, of course, the Steelers go in a different direction. They take Sam Cosmi, but the parameters of what we were talking about still ring true. Now, we got a couple of other trade offers. So they want 1 and a 3 for a 2, 3, 4. Now, Chris Greer, get out of here. All right, so take a look at the board. Darius is still on board. Zaven Collins is still there. Rousseau is there if you want to go down that route. Nick Bolton is still there. Leatherwood, I enjoy a lot. And I've been thinking about it. I mean, Darisaw is just a dude. Like, I like Leatherwood, but I think Darisaw is that straight up set it and forget it left tackle. And since Riley Reif's contract isn't fully guaranteed, you have a lot of options. Like, you could be like, all right, so now Riley come back on a massive pay cut and then play guard, or we could probably play Darisaw at guard, even though I would just plan his ass at left tackle. Now, yes, this does curtail what you can do with Ezra Cleveland, as now he's kind of stuck at guard, but is what it is in this spot. So Christian Darisaw, come on in. You're the next member of the Minnesota Vikings. Also, I want to pause here. I want to take a look at what's the redonkulousness that's going down so far. So Wilson, all right, so Lawrence, Wilson, Penny Sewell 3. Now, if the Dolphins can't trade down, I wouldn't be mad at this. I know everyone's talking about them just taking Fields at 3, but just taking a generational left tackle and putting him with Austin Jackson, putting him with Robert Hunt and the other draft picks on that offensive line. It's nice. Fields 4, Falcons. Makes sense. So the Bengals miss out on Penny, but Jamar Chase with Joe Burrow, yes. Devontae Smith, yeah, they're not going to pass out on that again. New GM, whoever's going to be in Detroit. Well, no, they did hire a guy. Brad Holmes? Yeah. And then also, Dan Campbell just got hired. So coming on in, get Jalen Waddle speed to replace Marvin Jones and Babytron Surtain. So you could easily see them going quarterback here, Dave. But pick up Surtain, the best cornerback in the draft. Well, him and Farley are 1A. I get it. Kwity Paye going to the Broncos. Now let's raise some eyebrows. I mean, George Payton. Like, unless you really sold on Drew Lock, which why would you be? Kyle Pitts. Now this is just gross. So Cowboys obviously need some help at cornerback, but Pitts just as a matchup nightmare. They're probably going to lose Michael Gallup after next season, final year of his rookie deal. Yeah, Parsons falls to the Giants 11. No pants to Trey Lance 12 to the Niners. So now our trade leverage spot would have been, all right, the Steelers coming out for Mac Jones, except, of course, Simulator has a mind of its own, literally. So they go Sam Cosmi in this spot to replace Villanueva, sure. Joke goes to the Patriots. What a joke. Najee, Najee going to the Cardinals. So him and Kenny Drake, Bama backfield. I like it. Elijah Vera Tucker goes to the Raiders. Nah, okay. Let's see. Picking up Darius, sure. All right. Oh, Rousseau falls away at 30. I think that could be possible. I mean, the fact that he's got 1 year of production and is sort of positionless, and there are some flaws in his game. Like, I understand how he's going to get picked apart a little bit. So now Vikings back up on the clock. The Jaguars on the clock. So they're offering 46. I do have an eye of potentially getting back in, but they want a 6th and a 7th. They want a future 7th to come up 10 spots. Like, I'm intrigued. Frankly, I should have paused the machine and potentially traded it into the back end of the first round. But also, so who's on board? So we can come back to that. Oh, okay. Well, that kind of sucks. Anyways, run it. Hopefully Davion Nixon will still be around. All right, so the Colts are now up. A 6th-round pick to move up 3 spots? Nah, pass. We'll take our chances. And then we got a trade offer. No. All right, so sitting here, you already checked your box on offensive line. You do have a 2nd-round pick here at 56, formerly of the Steelers. You have 3 3s and 4 4s left, so you're feeling pretty good. So just looking around, Davion Nixon is still on board. That makes a ton of sense for the Vikings, trying to shore up that defensive interior. Let's see, edge. Hamilcar is there. A wet is there. All right, so I'm going to try some maneuvering. Now, I do fully expect Oweh to go in the first round, but given that there's not going to be a combine, and yes, pro day, Oweh is one of the guys that has all the physical tools. Like, he's 6'5", 260, potentially could run a 4.3, but his college production has been pretty meh. So he could fall out of the first round. It is distinctly possible this year, but I'm going to try maneuvering here because I want Nixon and I want Oweh. So I'm going to do some maneuvering here. So the Rams are up next at 57. So the Rams are... so I will offer you... So I want 57. I will give you... all right, so I'll give you a 3rd. And how about 2 4ths? That's pretty likely. Do I have to give up that much? Can I get up for a 3rd and a 4th? That seems like stealing, young man. I'll give you 3 4 6. There, just to sweeten that thing up, just to make it a little bit more realistic. Come on, let's need. There we go. All right, so now we got back-to-back picks. So we got the decks cleared. So we are going to go back-to-back. Davion Nixon, and then we go Jason Oweh. Wow. So right away, checking the boxes of you got your offensive lineman. You potentially do solve 2 spots because if you have Darius and then Riley Reef, I believe, can kick into left guard. I firmly believe that. Then also you have Darius as your 3 tech. You have Oweh as an edge prospect. Getting just a physical freak, raw ball of clay and physicality for Andre Patterson to mold. We're in. All right, so Eagles. No, I don't want to move up. All right, let it go. Now, I do need. I would like to grab an interior offensive lineman. Not really interested in trading out at this point. And also safety, of course, is going to be a big need. Cisco, Ford, Richie, Tariq, our guy. Our Darius is back there. Wow, they're really down on our Darius, huh? Cornerback. I mean, could Zimmer help himself? I don't know if he could. I do like Taylor. Yeah, Ambry Thomas is also a dude. Let's see here. Do we double down on defensive tackle? I wouldn't be mad at it. Yeah, especially if you grab a nose tackle adjacent guy like Shelvin or Slayton or Tonga. Yeah. Then I also want an interior guy. So Drake Jackson at the Senior Bowl, I think he's going to do some good things for himself. Probably wait on that for a hot second. Let's check out receiver. All right, so you got Sage Surratt, you got Tylon, you got Daz, you got Whoop, you got Tutu, you got Cade. Man, it's a good draft. I like this one overall. All right, so what are we gonna do? Let's take a glance at. Oh well, Kyle Trask is still on board, just winking at us. But I don't know. I don't know, but we should use one of these plethora of mid-round picks on a quarterback. So you got 2 3s and 3 4s left since we traded up and we got our second 2. So what do you do? Let's look at the big board. right, so Richie's there. I really like him coming out of Central Florida. Darius Stills is still there, except him and Nixon essentially play the same position. I mean, Jordan Smith would be gross. I do like Shelvin. So since there's a lot of safeties and I'm pretty sanguine about all of them, I am going to take Shelvin in this spot, the nose tackle out of LSU. Go Tigers. Let's go. Let's get some. And then I'll just grab whatever safety is near the top of the board. All right, so basically all made except for Richie. So now we got Ford, Cisco, Hamza. Tariq is still there. Got a lot of options. So I'm going to shake things up. I'm going to take me some Paris Ford, put him with Harrison Smith. So there goes the 2-2s. So now we're going to be into the 4th round. And I don't feel like trading up. Let it roll. That's the kind of annoying thing. Stop calling me. Can I be put on the do not call list for the rest of the draft? And GMs is trying to get all my goodies here. All right, but recapping the draft so far. So you got Darius. You trade down from 14 to 24, plop him in at left tackle. You solve 2 offensive line spots with Riley Reef kicking in the guard. Davion Nixon is going to be your starting 3-tech right away, which is a pure penetrator, former JUCO prospect. Had, I believe, 7.5 sacks this year on 26 pressures. I think so. Jason Away. Yeah, and like we said, don't say, well, there's 0 chance that Away falls in the first round. You have no idea what's going to happen this year. Like, this is going to be the most wild draft ever, and I love it. It's going to be awesome. So Away with Wanham, with him with Andre Patterson, just build up the next great edge rusher for the Vikings. Shelvin, plant his ass in the middle as a backup to Michael Pierce, as well as have them both on the field in short yardage. Paris Ford comes in as a starting safety. So now check out the board. So our Darius is still there, man. And I wouldn't be mad if the Vikings double down on safety, since Harrison is getting a little bit longer in the tooth and Anthony Harris is likely leaving in free agency. Let's check out quarterback, though. All right, so we missed out on Jamie Newman. That's fine. So we could sort of wait, because I do like Mond. I do like Buechele to a degree. I understand Felipe Franks, the former Florida Gator. I like Ian Book more than a lot of people do. Yeah. Let's see here. So big board. Like, would it be wrong to go Chuba here? Because whatever happens with Mike Boone, he's going to be restricted free agent. So given the condensed salary cap, are you going to pay $3.5 million, $3.8 million to put a second round tender on Mike Boone? I like Boone. I don't know. Are you going to resign Amir Abdullah? I do like Madison, but Chuba Hubbard's a special player, man. And if you're going to run for his team, why not have a lot of good running backs? But yeah, we could pass on that. Stearns. Well, we haven't gotten wide receiver yet. Daz is just there winking at us. Shit, Smith. Brady Christensen just still on board, just chilling too. Or do we go 2-2? Or do we go fun? Well, we're gonna grab Daz. So Daz adds an element, speed element, wide receiver 3, can work some of the slot as well as would be great in the return game. So you check those boxes. Chuba's still there. Do I do it? Do I take the other Syracuse safety? Do I take Caden Stearns? Well, to me, the drop-off between the running back you get here and then the safety that you get later in the draft, like, it's... I'm just going to do it. I mean, we have a plethora of these mid-round picks, so I feel okay with it. All right, so Vikings final 4th rounder. What you going to do here? What you going to do? I mean, you can still get Caden Stearns. Yes. Do we dip our toe into the interior offensive line? I think that would make a lot of sense. Jack Anderson is still my boy. I love him. Grab one of the giant Notre Dame guards. If that's the case, we're definitely moving towards more of a man blocking scheme. I mean, Trey Hill still sitting there chilling. Yeah, I'm just going to do it. Do I flip a coin? I do like Aaron Banks a touch better. Or do it just go Trey Hill? Yeah, I'm going to go Trey Hill. Screw it. All right, so Vikings recapping. We doubled down on both of the trenches. So we got Darius starter right away. Trey Hill is going to be an interior offensive line competitor. Add some depth. And then also you got Davion Nixon, going to be your starting 3-tech. Tyler Shelvin is going to be the backup nose tackle, but just girth. Like, do not move the line of scrimmage. Like, we are holding the line, baby. Let's go. Hell, we can still get Jack Anderson. Into the 5th round, let's check out the big board real quick. I mean, Tutu's... I feel like we have to take Tutu. Or do we have to take Tommy Kramer because his name is kind of spelled like former Vikings quarterback Tommy Kramer? Nah, that's dumb. Taking our guy. Because make the wide receiver 3 and 4 fun again. So Daz and Tutu coming in, competing with BC. Chad Beebe's a restricted free agent too, by the way. You going to pay him $3.8 million? Like, what is going to be the plan? All right, so checking out the big board again. That's kind of unfortunate. Sort of got picked over. That's fine. See, DJ Daniel. Like the other Georgia cornerback, Wilcox is there. Calvin Joseph is interesting. Yeah. All right. Well, we have still ignored the safety spot again. But is what it is. Also, we've ignored the linebacker spot. Patty. Let's see. Patty's at 232. Probably won't get to our next pick. So, yeah, I should probably grab him. All right, so Spielman gets his traditional late round feisty special teams linebacker, Patty Fisher, coming out of Northwestern. Who basically is Pat Fitzgerald, by the way. It's kind of funny. All right. Into the 6th. I still believe we have a 6th and 7th, right? Like, all the similarities have drawbacks. I wish on the Draft Network one it showed you how many picks he had left. Like, yeah. Oh, sorry, we're in the 7th, so we only have 1 pick left. Oh, what do we do? Crap. So now just take a flyer on a cornerback. Meh. Safety. I know that people like Jacoby Stevens. I'm not thrilled about it. Let's just look at the big board. Oh, we still haven't grabbed quarterback either. That's whatever. Yeah. Who cares? I'm grabbing Ian Book. I'm getting my guy because it's my draft. Woo. But I'm feeling good. I like this. And this is a distinct possibility. And I think it would be smart, given the Vikings' lack of second-round pick, to potentially move down. I think they have a really good leverage spot right ahead of the Patriots, depending on quarterbacks. So let's check it out. Let's check out our trades. So 14 and 157, so 1 and a 5 for the Steelers, 1, 2, 3 to come up to 14. Now, ostensibly, you'd think it would have been for quarterback, but they came up for Sam Cosby. And then we turned 57, and then we traded. Wait, no. We came up to 57 because Jason Noel was still on board. We gave up a 3, 4, 6 to come all the way up, 33 spots? Yeah. All right, so here's what happened. Here's the mess. So we got Darius Plant his ass, a left tackle, phenomenal in the run game, just an absolute monster and pass protection as well. I think he only gave up like 6 pressures this year. I might be wrong there. But yeah, he's absolutely going to be good to go. Yes, you do pigeonhole Ezra as a guard, but is what it is. And also, it's not really that bad of a problem to have if you have too many guys who can play left tackle. Second round, back-to-back because we maneuver. We got Davion Nixon, the penetrating 3-tech out of Iowa. That's something that's been extremely lacking. And he will do better than the other defensive tackle from Iowa, who shall remain nameless. And then 57, again, we traded up. Jason Webb just sitting there chilling, baby. Come on in. You only have to play like 15 to 20 snaps a game and just go get the passer and then learn technique from Andre Patterson and you and Wanham and Daniil. Let's go. Let's go. Third round, doubling down on the defensive interior. So Tyler Shelvin, the immovable nose tackle from LSU. You're not going to move him. I like it. 87, Paris Ford coming out of Pittsburgh. Takes Anthony Harris's spot. Starts opposite of Harrison Smith. 118, taking Daz Newsome, the wide receiver out of North Carolina. Come on and raise up. Working from the slot. Going to be the return guy. Solid wide receiver 3. 124. So this turned into a case of BPA. So running back with Madison, with Cook, potentially Boone back, maybe even Abdullah. Not really that big of a need, but Chuba, he's just there, chilling. Yeah, grab him. Then also 134, taking Trey Hill, doubling back on interior offensive line, adding some depth and some girth. 170. Tutu Atwell. I can't help myself, man. Where not Yes, you're gonna knock him because of the size. 5'9", a buck 70 soaking wet, but dude is tough. He is a tough ass kid. Can also help in the return game. So the Vikings, they have a handful of wide receivers that can just get open. They got speed, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. 195 Patty Fisher, the customary day 3 linebacker for Rick Spielman, and then 238 7th round Ian Book. Yes, yeah. Is he Trace McSorley? Yes. Do I love Trace McSorley? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So that's it. That is the Vikings 7-round mock draft, leveraging that number 14 spot for a quarterback needy team. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Pull some of the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.